Hi, I'm maryjo with Fourth Dimension Healing in Stillwater, Minnesota, and I'm also the director of the Center for Crystal and Healing Studies, which is my online school. Today, I want to talk with you about carnelian. Carnelian is an amazing stone that works particularly well with the second and third chakras. Now, the second chakra, the sacral chakra, is a center that's very fiery. The third chakra is fiery too, yet my experience is that carnelian really works beautifully in this second chakra because the second chakra is about creativity. It is about intimacy. It is about relationships and emotions and sexuality and how we take these energies that are very often associated with fire and move them effectively within our life. So here's an example of a piece that I work with in my healing practice. It is very ordinary, and that's the beauty of carnelian, is that it's not a fancy stone. It's very abundant. It is relatively inexpensive, so it's very easy for us to work with. I wanted to show you another example of carnelian that looks quite different. Look at the banding. Carnelian is a form of quartz. It is a combination of chalcedony, which is more like a translucent form of quartz, as well as you're going to see banding often found in carnelian. And banding, when we see banded carnelian or banded quartz, it's often referred to as an agate, although we refer to carnelian as carnelian, which derives its name from a word that is associated with the color of a cherry. So carnelian, because it is a form of quartz, has a hardness of about 7 on the Mohs hardness scale. So it's relatively tough. There are certainly stones that are harder than it, and so would also nick and scratch it up if it was around those, but typically it's pretty hardy, and it is a stone that, again, while it is relatively common and abundant, it packs a real wallop when it comes to helping us shift and clear some of those blocked energies within our second chakra. So I wanted to show you a few of the examples of some of the carnelian that I carry in my online shop. I love working with tumbled stones, and here's an example of one that you can see. It does have the oranges and some of those lighter hues, and it also has a fair amount of white quartz included in it. This is still considered carnelian, kind of like a banded carnelian. Here is a beautiful example of the red and white banding that sometimes shows up. If you've heard any of my other videos or heard me talk about stones, you'll hear me from time to time talk about the mysteries that our stones present to us, and that helps us get in touch with those inner mysteries that we're in the process of becoming aware of consciously in order to help shift, clear, balance, and restore well-being, body, mind, and spirit. Some carnelian is quite dark. Here's an example of a darker form of darker shade of carnelian. This one I love because it has these little crevices, and if you've heard me in any of my other videos, I do talk about these little pockets that show up from time to time within the gemstones that we're working with. Those are, in a sense, almost like a little portal through which we can dive a little bit deeper into our own healing work that we're doing. Some pieces are larger and some pieces are smaller. So depending on, for example, the kind of work you're wanting to do you want to carry this around in your pocket all day? Well, perhaps a smaller piece will do more effectively for you. Do you want it to be able to be a larger piece that you're able to set someplace within your space where you live or where you work, perhaps next to your desk while you are, maybe you're in school and you do spend a lot of time at your computer and you'd like to have that kind of that fiery kind of creative energy that carnelian helps us connect with. You'd like to have that accessible to you while you're doing your work. So these are a few examples that I just wanted to take a quick minute to talk with you about, because carnelian, again, it's a pretty ordinary stone, yet it is a phenomenal healer. And it's a good reminder that we don't always have to have really super fancy stones that can help us. Carnelian is a wonderful ally to be able to support us with the creative and the relationship and the emotional kind of healing work that we're doing in our lives. So take a look at my online shop. Let me know if you have questions about anything that I carry. I am always available to answer questions. And at this time, I simply wish you many blessings. Be well.